Yeah. Reiko Usami and Maribel Hearn are two of his very favorite characters. He loves Ghostly Field Club, and he got to ask Zoom that question and got that answer spit back at him. I can only imagine how he felt at the time. Okay. Particularly, we're going to segue from that into North American projects, because Touhou has really taken off here. The prominent recent one is a game called Story of a Lost Sky. It's a Fire Emblem-style Touhou strategy RPG. There is a demo out of it. I believe the demo is downloadable from the website. I don't remember the name of the group. Thank you, that was it. Feathered Melody. And they have a copy of their demo available for download on the website. I played it. I know John's played it. Since it's a demo, it still needs some polish, but it is a legitimately enjoyable game, and it is very true to the Fire Emblem mechanics.
And before you worry about whether or not it'll ever be completed, they are actually on the last chapter of it now, and then all that's left is to go back and clean it up. So it is very far along. It's a PC.
It's a PC game. It's not going to be like an XBLA or PSN or not anything like that. It's going to be strictly PC.
I have heard of one group that actually used script for the NES and made a cartridge-style NES Touhou game. But other than that, I don't know of any others that exist.
After that is Otakuthon, which is 2 weeks from now, actually, in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. And they have what they've had. This is going to be their second year of what they call the Hakare Shrine Festival. Basically, it's a convention-long sub-event that's all Touhou programming. They have game playing, they have various panels discussing from the actual games, the PC-98 games, fan games, music, the written works, the fandom, certain other things that will be mentioned at a panel that doesn't require 18+ badges. They may be one of those, I'm not entirely sure. But they're open to the possibility. I know some people, it's not their thing, other people's it is. We went there, some of us here went there last year. It was a ton of fun. If you have a passport and the time to head up there for the weekend, I absolutely recommend it. It was a blast being up there the entire time. Not only because we went to the Hakare Shrine Festival and that was fantastic, but then there was also the poutine that Montreal and Quebec have, which is the most glorious food I've ever had. Scott, did you want to say anything about that convention, or John?
Well, it was a lot of fun.
Were you? No, you weren't there. Okay.
Yeah. It was a ton of fun. It was absolutely wonderful experience.
So, I couldn't go, so thanks for rubbing this in my face, guys.
Oh, I'm sorry. Well, you're gonna go in 2 weeks.
Yes, I am. Anyone else going, actually?
Anyone else see this going to Otakuthon? Well, yes.
Hooray! See one person there.
All right, for all your hands that did not go up in this room, seriously start considering it. It is going to be good.
Yeah, look into it for next year and apply for your passport immediately, by the way.
Yeah, passports take a long time to get.
Don't be like 2 weeks out and be like, oh, I don't have a passport yet, because you're not going to get it.
Yeah.
The Touhou Roadshow is these two guys, and let them two talk about what they've got going on recently.
Okay, so in addition to the Hakare Shrine Festival that's up there, the two of us, over the course of the past year, based on some events that happened at AWA, the two of us conspired to say, okay, there are a lot of people out there that have seen the games, seen some art, seen some music, seen a variety of different things, but not necessarily taking the time or spent the money and or effort to play the games. They're just sort of saying, that looks kind of cool, we'll pay attention to that. I'll offer a certain event at AWA where there was a whole bunch of computers set up and, well, the circuit breaker blew, what was it, like 6 times or something of that nature?
Yeah, it blew quite a few times.
Yeah. Due to that, the two of us started to get to the conclusion of, okay, that should not happen again, but we really also do want the intent of the original layout to actually happen to people, as in to play the games. The chance for everyone to actually not just try one game or 2 games, but all of them. And then make it as available as possible to as many people as possible. So since the two of us both work in the tech field and have access to a variety of computers, we've actually put together a system of 10 full computer rigs together that we now set up in various games rooms. We've been to Katsucon, we've been to Anime Boston, we've been to PortCon Maine. We're going to have it set up at the Hawkeye Shrine Festival in Montreal.
You mentioned TNG, right?
Yeah, oh, we were at too many games a few weeks ago. We've been in contact with quite a few other conventions to try and get into those places too.
Essentially, portable Toho arcade at cons.
So the biggest thing is that obviously when we were building all these rigs and setups, it takes a lot of time and a lot of planning. We would have liked to have done something like that here for Otakon, but unfortunately logistics, it's a little bit hard to do. So that's why we don't actually have our setup here. Possibly in the future, we'll certainly work on it here. But biggest of all, if you're going to any of these other cons and you actually want to try and play these games, we encourage you to do it. And even if you can't make it to these other cons or other destinations, one of the biggest thing is these are games. They're meant to be played, and you know, they're sure they look really hard. And even if you think, yeah, I can't do that, even on easy mode, when you try it, and even after you've died a couple of times, you realize, wait a minute, I'm having a lot of fun. These games are just pure fun.
Other thing worth noting about that, not only the chance to play the games in general, enough people there, you have the chance to play the fighting games and the versus shooter games with people that are also right there and have tournaments and see who, just have the chance to play with people not over the internet with tons of lag, which is a tremendous experience. Speaking as someone that's not very good at fighting games, they are very fun when you're sitting down and playing next to someone against someone. There are other various projects around North America. We've heard wind of Toho dedicated conventions. I guess
One
things.
in-
And yeah, go ahead.
I've got word of 2 that are in the works. I mean, they're still in planning stages, so we're hoping for more. Keep your fingers crossed. One in the Midwest and one out in California. There's other places. Hopefully, some of these will pull through, because it would be nice to see that start to grow up here as well. Obviously, with the number of people here, we can see the fan base is growing larger. One other project that actually just got thrown at us 20 minutes ago. Yeah.
Yeah, we had no idea this was coming. This was literally thrown at us. Oh, you did? Oh, I didn't know. I didn't hear that.
Sorry about that. If you don't know me, I am Helvetica, or the Skibbergun. Basically, I am the evil overlord of ShrineMaiden.com. These are my minions. And I got contacted about 3 months ago from a group inside the forums who are looking to make a card game based on the Toho universe. The card game is called Danmaku. It is based off of another existing card game called, it's a Wild West game. Bang.
Yeah.
That's what it is. And basically they're replacing most of the work with obviously making a Toho theme, but at the same time also trying to capture the essence of what, you know, Gensokyo is. I mean, yeah, it's kind of Wild West, everyone does their own thing and it's kind of lawless, but at the same time there's a lot of rules and a lot of tradition to what they do. And that's what's trying to be reflected in this, where they talk about buying your spell cards, you know, you can only attack through this, like, there's all sorts of rules and stuff, but this particular game I have not had a chance to play test yet, simply because I just haven't had time this summer, but at the same time, it looks fantastic. The art is being done by Western artists here. They're gorgeous. Like, I could show you some of the cards here. If you want to come up after the panel and look at them, it is amazing the kind of detail they're putting into this game.
I know a lot of you can't see them, but hold a couple here for it.
They gave me a couple of playtest copies. Again, I haven't had a chance to play with it yet, but their plans are to get it actually into print sometime in the next few months. I actually have an article that I've been sitting on and haven't had a chance to fully edit, but it goes into detail about the game. I will be posting on ShrineMaiden.org explaining what the game is, what their timetable for when it's going to come out, etc., etc. But as far as I can tell from what I've done from my perusal, it's already in a fantastic state. It's literally at a point now where they just gave us copies to say, hey, can you tell if this is fun or not? I mean, we play it all the time, but we need outside input. That's literally what they did. They gave me a couple of copies to do that. They were actually at AX a couple of weeks ago too, but they didn't really, I didn't get a chance to ask them how that went. They said they did have a booth at AX. They weren't able to come out here because from my understanding is most of them are out on the West Coast, so that's why they gave me the copies so I can hopefully demonstrate it here. But
Thank you.
I am very much looking forward to this. Other fan games, because my personal favorite aspect of this franchise is how the fan base takes this series of games and goes, we want to use these characters in other games. So we're going to make games based on games that are completely indie, and it's gameception, and it's so exciting. Yeah. And just about any genre you can think of. We have RPGs like Devil of Decline, The Legend of Twilight, which is a Link's Awakening clone.
Oh my god, the best part of Legend of Twilight is getting the light Tay on fire with magic powder. I just wanted to throw that out there.
And Devil of Decline is the sequel to Genesis of Pharaohs, which was a Saga Frontier style RPG. I don't believe DoD was the same style, but you guys could correct me on that.
It was somewhat.
It was
very similar.
Okay. Platformers, New Super Mario Land, very much based on a combination of Super Mario Bros. 3 and Super Mario World. No, New Super Mario Land. Super Mario World is a different beast entirely. If you played Super Mario, I see a whole bunch of head shaking in the crowd. I see a lot of people that have played that game. I enjoyed that game. I'm the only one in the room.
I'm so sorry.
Because if